Hey, everybody. We are here at Mind's Eye Studios, and we are with our friends from Permian Basin International Oil and Gas Show.
Mind's Eye Studio in Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
Make sure we mention, remember, this is a national program we're on right now here, so we got to mention which part of the country we're in and maybe even which shale play. Scoop Stack. Go ahead, Matt.
Anadarko Basin, if you will.
Mid-continent.
See, we have all these things.
They're all different.
Yeah.
And just a stone's throw from the Permian, where we're going to be next week. Take it over, Matt.
Let's introduce ourselves, guys. I'm Matt Hill. I'm with, right now, a night fire specialist. I can put out fire suppression units at your well site to make sure that your equipment and people are safe. We're embracing the ESG and the safety culture. Make sure, your investments are protected and your people are too. They go home safe at night. Introduce yourself, Jason.
My name is Jason Spies. I'm with the Crude Life here. You can see a nice mug that we've got. Crude Life. It's actually more of a water thermos, reusable water thermos, part of the sustainable solutions we have at the Industrial Forest. The other company that I'm involved with, where we're building a network of sustainable forests across the United States. And at the Permian Basin International Oil Show, Johnny Green will be there himself.
Are you really going to?
Renewables ain't doable without fossil fuelables. And we have the championship belt and everything coming to the Permian Basin Oil Show. So all you kids of all ages who are champions in energy, just like Oklahoma State Representative Brad Bowles.
Thank you, Brad, for stopping by that oil show yesterday.
Oh, he loved that belt. He looked at it. He said, "You're darn right. I'm a champion in energy."
We're going to have to get him. We're going to have to start producing these belts for people.
It's
Stacey,
an amazing thing.
I'm
so
getting a belt.
Yeah, you're getting
It's heavy. It's like 15 pounds.
So I understand this is live. So anything that happens, in the moment live was meant to be. So I'm going to turn my hat so my logo is constantly shown on the live
Just so they don't
feed.
see
So
your face the whole time.
All right, you
by
two.
the way, Stacey, you should introduce yourself.
Introduce
here.
yourselves.
Hi, I'm Stacey Jones, and I'm one of the owners of Mind's Eye Creative, and we work with the oil show, the Permian Basin International Oil Show, to help create their brand, help get their message out, basically help fill the booths and get people to the show.
I'm Don Hermes. I'm the senior art director at Mind's Eye and co-owner with Stacey. And I just do a lot of behind the scenes work for the graphic designs, the website, and all the stuff like that.
And the program guide, and digital media, and social media,
mobile app.
So everything you see that has oil show on it in any way, shape, or form, Don has created. So.
But this is what I love about our industry is, it just reaches out in every possible thread to happen to employ, most of the country. Our industry fuels the world, fuels innovation, fuels technology, and then it fuels creation. All the stuff that you come up with, for all of our companies, it's very creative, love what you do. And it's valuable to us to make sure that people know, man, I'm out there, working hard. I'm probably not going to come up with a cool logo like you guys will. So thank you for what you do.
Sure thing.
You enhance our industry without, you're like earlier, like, I'm not really an oil and gas guy, but you are. To us, you are.
Well, here's the thing about when it comes to, marketing agencies and your logo and your branding and everything there, people underestimate the value that brings, because first impressions mean a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. But furthermore, you gotta have some steak behind the sizzle. So you can have sizzle all day long, but you have to have some steak behind that. So ad agencies at even, they can only take you so far. You have to have a little bit of meat behind what the ad agency is going out there and promoting for you. So amen to that. Yeah. Can I get an amen?
Absolutely. Right. Hardest part of our job is getting information from clients so we can help build their brand and improve it and market their services.
And by the way, just a tip of the hat to every single ad agency out there. And we've had to do this with the Crude Life, and we're not even an ad agency, but we've had to do this because we do design work. Boy, if I had a dime for every time somebody just sent me a screenshot, a snapshot of their business card for me to use their logo, I could probably buy. He's even laughing at that one.
That doesn't work. Why doesn't that work?
Or they send you a PDF.
I'm okay with the Word doc.
What about Print Shop Deluxe?
Corral draw.
Corral draw.
I was just gonna make the
I know
corral
all
joke,
this
but
stuff because I've sent all these things to ad agencies going, hey, I need some hats, I need some shirts, I
Yeah,
need
they're
all the
going,
swag,
we
and
need
they
a
just
vector
shake their
file.
head.
So-
gee, could you mention how we were all looking right at you when we were talking there, Matt Hill? Anyway, so we love them for it. It keeps us on our toes in many different ways.
So listen,
But,
this is going out today. This is Friday before the Permian Basin International Oil and Gas Show. So update everybody on, why they should be down there in Midland, Odessa next week, and, all the things that we need to remember as participants and sponsors.
Okay, well, we have a lot of new things this year for the show. One of them being the Permian Basin Podcast Party.
Yeah,
So we've got Matt, we've got Jason, we have Ken Lavin, who is with Matt on Fossil Fuel Friday and Talking Energy Show, and then Keith Stelter with Tally Book Troubleshooting. And I think we may have a surprise visit by David Gibson, host of Vidor Locksmith.
There's going to be a lot of
So,
oil and gas people down there.
There's
so.
going to be a lot going on. You guys are going to be doing like more formal sit down interviews, but you're also going to be doing, like just at the booth, kind of impromptu interviews.
I'm good at impromptu man on the street stuff.
Yeah, you are.
Pretty good.
Sometimes.
man about town right
So,
there.
yeah.
I mean, I'm going to wreck it with all the, technically,
The
no,
technical
I'm going
stuff
to,
is
I'm going to
gonna be
ruin
fun.
it. But, just the,
But everybody
mixing it
look
up
for
part.
them. They actually have their own booth in J83 in the exhibitor building. So just drop by, and if they're not there, scan their backdrop and get their contact information and try to set up an interview.
you're going to win a ride on a tiger at the end of the show.
There's no tiger this year.
And we're
So-
going to be debuting Oilfield Family
She still nicks
Fracas
that, huh? No tiger.
as well. So what we're going to have there is basically two teams: a Fossil Fuel Fridays team, a Tally Book team. They're going to have teams of 4 or 5, depending on how many people are a part of the party at the given time. And I got to channel Richard Dawson the best I can because that's my favorite Family Feud host. I might even have to wear like a velvet. Anyways, that's some people out there are shaking their
And
heads.
back
that are
to
old
the
enough.
weeds.
Okay. Yeah. And here we go again. So a couple of things that we're just now getting out to all of the exhibitors and attendees. We are expecting a very full show this year because people are so ready to get out. So we have secured some additional remote parking areas where we'll have shuttle buses. So we're going to have one operating from Ratliff Stadium Tuesday and Wednesday, and one operating from Golder Street, the west side of Golder Avenue between 42nd and 46th Street. And they will be operating Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday during the show.
Free shuttles, or people
Free
are going to need
shuttles.
these.
But
It's good.
mask will be required to ride the shuttle buses, but they will have some on hand for people who don't have them. when they
No
get on.
problem. It's close
So-
to Halloween. Lots of people went out and got
right.
masks.
That's right. So that's something that just because we all know, if you've been to this show, that there's no parking. So it just will it's just going to make it a lot easier to have access to the Coliseum. Exhibitor and attendee registration actually opened today over at the Coliseum in person. So if you're in Odessa or Midland, you can go over to the Coliseum and go ahead and get registered and get your badge for the show.
Will they just hang out there for a couple days? She looks
Oh, it's
at me like I
remarkable.
said,
I've never heard of such an early
I didn't know. That's
pre-registration.
Just
Thank
lay on the
goodness you
street.
made the joke.
We'll be there in a
because,
couple of days.
think about the volume of people that
Yeah.
come to the show versus the ones that you're used to.
1 million people waiting in line.
Well, I was just thinking,
Yeah. It's going to be
the
incredible.
show is so big. You have shuttles and lines like Star Wars.
Yeah.
You got the the
It's
pre-show.
bigger than the new iPhone release. I mean,
Oh
it's
my God.
great. If you are in oil and gas, this is the place to be.
It
Forget
is.
the iPhone.
We're not
line.
trying to oversell it, but it is bigger than 10 Super Bowls.
It is. And here's the thing is, we went to the show yesterday, which was a nice show, but this show next week, it literally can put that entire show in one of their like 7 or 8 buildings.
Mhm.
Listen, I'm Oklahoma, and I know that you love Texas. So just remember, we got to love on this show too.
I agree. I said it was a nice show. There was a lot of people there.
There was a lot of people there. Thank you, Oklahoma Expo. That was fun.
Yeah, it was a nice show. So right now you can go online and you can pre-register. You can go to www.pbioilshow.org and click on admission. It'll take down your register. Registration is free. It's available for anybody over the age of 16 who works in the oil and gas industry. And registration, you can get a badge all the way up to 3 o'clock on the last day of the show. So, but I would pre-register just so you don't have to wait in
And
line.
after that, you just walk through the gate. No one's going to stop you.
So,
Right?
oh no, they have people at the gate the whole show.
Sorry,
So,
everybody.
Got to wear your badge. So you might as well pre-register.
Okay. Or just Google, like I do, Permian Basin International Oil and Gas Show, and it pops up on Google right there at the top. You can click on that and then click on all those other buttons to get to admitted. Simple. Thank you, Google.
The simplification from Matt Hill's mind.
Oh man, it's getting good.
I would want to be there.
I'm reading
Okay,
your
so we
list.
have one other new thing. We just published the new 2021 Pbios mobile application. So if you want to download the new app, you can go to App Store or Apple Store or Google Play and just search Permian Basin, and it's the first thing that'll pull up. So we plan on sending out push notifications. So please accept push notifications when you download the app. Well, we're going to send out push notifications. If you guys have a really great interview going on,
Fine.
if somebody's giving something away or somebody's getting beat up,
Ken.
Anyway, so, but what's going on, you can go in and look at the actual layout. You can find out what exhibitors are there. You can see what there is to do. You can sign up for everything. And in the future, you will be able to access all exhibitor applications, everything through the app as well as through the website.
Cool.
So it's a resource tool as well.
It is a resource.
Is that
All right,
sponsored?
well, download the PBIOS app.
Is that
That's right,
sponsored?
that's right. And
Now,
just-
do people have to pay for it, or did a sponsor step up to the table?
Sponsor stepped up, and we have to thank Baker Hughes because they came in at the last minute and
Understood why this information is so valuable for
Absolutely,
people
absolutely.
and
So
want to
we
make
really,
it
really
accessible to the
appreciate-
people.
we really.
I mean,
appreciate
all
them
this,
coming.
all the sponsors pitching in for the Permian
We have
Basin Oil
great
Show, man. That's
sponsors.
amazing.
And
Thank
that's
you.
the thing, by the way. People wonder why so many organizations go above and beyond to mention sponsors. It's because this
They
stuff
pay for
costs
everything.
money.
Yeah.
And we've had it's it's been a struggle for everybody the last 2
Mhm.
years. So I want to
The Wireline
I
Group
want to
paid
thank the
for,
Wireline Group
for the
be-
podcast
for-
party
for
part of
being-
it.
Thank you, Kent Brown and the Wireline Group for sponsoring the
And one of
podcast
the
party.
things I love about this show is it's really showing how investing in people through sponsors and different ideas is really taking the show to a whole new level. It really is.
Absolutely.
The podcast party, this app, all kinds of different things. Without the sponsors, it wouldn't happen.
Right, and
It wouldn't happen.
we have an entertainment sponsor for the first time this year, and
If it wasn't for sponsors,
Okay.
we'd still be in horse and buggy land.
well, I don't. Maybe where you live.
Actually, there's probably a lot of truth behind that, actually. But anyway, that's for a different time.
So, and we like what you said, we do have another sponsor that came through with the entertainment. So we are bringing in a world-renowned digital caricature artist. She will be at the show all 3 days doing free caricatures, and that was brought to us by Oilfield Equipment Sales. I mean, we just have great sponsors. I want to thank
Now, caricatures.
Don't start.
Matt has
Matt
has such
super
a
soft,
hard
sexy
time
lounge
becoming.
singer.
But here's the thing: it's because he has a hard time being bigger than life, and a caricature makes you bigger than life. It makes you one of those
Well, it makes his head bigger.
Well, it certainly makes him a lot of things.
Terrifying.
Wow.
He certainly looks like he belongs on Pawn
Right
Stars.
before this started, by the way, she's like, "Let me go get some powder for your shiny head." So,
I didn't
I
say
just want-
shiny.
well,
It's called
it
pancake.
was implied, Stacey.
Anyway, well, let me just shout out to the rest.
Shout
of
out to all these people
Let me
real
shout out to
quick.
the rest of our sponsors. We've got Baker Hughes on
We've
the
lost
pod.
like 50 viewers right now.
Oh wow, Baker Hughes, the Wireline Group, Technique FMC, Privateer, Oilfield Equipment Sales, C&J Energy Services, Night Energy Services, Flowrite, Milford, Inverus, Amtech, and Meridian.
Yeah, Night Energy Services. There we go. Stepped up. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Cody.
Thank you, Cody. So we're all going to be in Permian Basin next week.
Busy.
You bet.
Everything happened because of that guy. If you go to the show, by the way, just find him and thank him. Give him,
And
buy-
that
buy
guy's
him a
name
beer.
again?
It's her guy. It's her. It's
Yeah.
not me.
Do you like beer, whiskey? What's your
How
bring?
about Bacardi?
Bacardi.
Yeah, bring him some Bacardi, will you? Well, listen.
need it.
Thank you all so much for having us, Jason and I.
Rum people are
I love
fun
being
for
I love
45
being a
minutes.
crude
Then it
life
gets real fun.
correspondent. Yeah, all these shows I do are now going to be under the crude
Well, they're
life,
different
and
breed.
we'll just keep this going. And the coolest thing for us is we're going to go there and interview as many of the sponsors as we
That's
can.
right. That's right. And we're setting up
highlight them.
interviews.
So yeah,
And
Sponsors, front of
If
the
you're
line.
if you're a sponsor, if you're at the Permian Basin
Yeah.
Oil Show, please come see us. We want to interview you and highlight you, and
Right.
just give you your moment in the sun and say thank you for what you do in oil and gas.
And if you're
We're
not
very
a
much
sponsor,
appreciated.
you still will be available for interviewing and that sort of thing. But sponsors, because we are so grateful that they are bringing this opportunity together, they just go to the front of the line for the opportunity. Not all sponsors are doing interviews either.
Yeah.
Some people are just happy bringing the people together and doing that. Other people want to take advantage of the podcast party and different things. So that's all we mean when we talk about, we're going to be interviewing sponsors and that sort of thing. But if you're not a sponsor, everybody is welcome at the podcast party, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, so you'll be a sponsor next year, right?
Shh,
Be
we're not
part
supposed to tell
of
them
the
that.
Permian Basin Oil Show, guys. This is why we're doing this. Man, thank you,
Come here,
Mind's Eye.
Bill.
Thank you, Stacy, and thank you everybody involved. We'll see you next week. Bye bye.
Bye.
Come on, girl, come on.